You wouldn't believe what just happened. First of all, welcome to vlog Get Me to New York vlog 13, and probably daily business vlogs, something like 60 odd. I'm going to actually check that out where we're at. Okay, so first of all, tried to find a nice outdoor location for you. Building site noise started. I was actually initially sitting on the other side of the table, and there was a big floating light display flag behind me, which I thought, oh, that'll look good. Didn't show up in the camera. So then I start talking, and this fountain show starts, singing, dancing. It's like, come on. So this vlog can only be 5 minutes because it's back on and again in 5 minutes, but you'll probably be pretty happy with that. So really short and sweet and simple vlog for you tonight. Okay, it's all about how to achieve that particular goal you're going after. And if that particular goal you're going after involves raising any form of finance or investment, then I hope I've got a couple of handy tips for you. And these tips come from evenings that I've been at over the last few nights, which have been focused on startup businesses, and particularly startup apps. And the event that I was at last night, which I talked about in the vlog, which was fantastic, I was there again tonight for a similar meeting, but this one had 5 different new apps, and they were all Kuwaiti based, and they were all talking about their ideas. I was absolutely blown away with the ideas that were there. Like one of them, which is this app called Reach, which you should check out. I think it's they're on Instagram under Reach Directory, and in the App Store under Reach. But basically, it has all, so for example, it's like a directory, like a phone directory, okay? So you have like your friends in it, so you would add somebody by username, and when you go into their username in this, it gives you all of their social media platforms. So for example, if you wanted to catch up with your friend and you weren't sure where the best place to kind of find them was, you would just put their username into this app, and then it would take you through to all of their platforms. I'm doing a total disservice by trying to explain it, but it's absolutely fantastic. So anyway, the talent and the knowledge and the ideas and everything else in that room was just amazing. And the one thing that struck me was, where do you get the money to do these ideas? Because they all had teams of 6 or 7 people. I have a team of 6 people now, but I feel as if I've fought 10 world wars to get to do, like, all the trials you have to go through and all the stresses you have to go through of people management in order to finally find a team which are fantastic and who are great and who love to work there. Is really hard, and to afford a team is something else. So it took me 2.5 years to get to the stage where I could afford a team of 6. So how do these app developers just all of a sudden come up with an idea, and they've got like 50 people sitting in their back room eating pizza? Couldn't get my head around it at all. But from coming to these events, what you realise is they're in a different world from the business I'm in, because in that world people pay you for your ideas, and people invest in you and what you can possibly do. And the reason that they do that is because I believe the kind of tech industry has a kind of different type of currency, and the currency that they have there is all about the potential reach of your app and the potential reach of your idea, and how many millions of names you can get in a database and everything like that. And that's easy to get excited about, and it's easier to invest in. Whereas when you have a business that's a letting agency, okay, you're competing against other letting agencies. You're probably just going to be the same as every other letting agency, and when you go to somebody and say, I really want you to give me money for this idea, I'm going to be different from the rest, it's hard for you to prove that you're different from the rest. So unless you're the next tech entrepreneur, which if you are, please get yourself along to some of these similar type events where other tech entrepreneurs are, other investors are, and everybody's really like in a great space to talk about what's happening. But if you're not, and you've just set up, I don't know, like a sewing shop or something like that, or whatever it is, whatever you want to do, whatever your passion is, and you're setting it up, you're going to find it hard to get people to invest in you. But that's good. You don't want people to invest in you yet. You don't want people to invest in you until you've literally invested every single last thing that you have in the business. And that's not just money, because if you're anything like me, you don't have money. It's the sacrifices you make, it's investing your time, it's investing your energy, your hard work, your determination, your sweat, your tears. It's making lifestyle choices based on how best to accommodate the business. It's putting all that on the line. Once you've put every single thing that you can on the line, and you have proof of concept that this idea is going to work, only then, I think, should you be able to approach people and ask them for money. And when you approach them and ask them for money, make sure you're asking them for money to grow. Don't be asking people for money to pay the bills and keep the lights on, because that's your job. And if you have a business model that you don't think you can start without money, why don't you try starting it without money anyway? I know it sounds daft, but it's actually pretty easy to do once you get to grips with it. Because see, when you don't have money, you're actually in a really enviable position where it makes you leaner, it makes you smarter, it makes you recover from your mistakes quicker, it makes you notice your mistakes quicker, and everything like that. So you've started up lean, you've not requested any money, now you need money because you're growing, or you're, for example, we're at the moment raising an investment fund because of our international growth and to fund several projects that we're doing in New York and London. I thought that was the fountains back on, which is super exciting. So we have a proposal based on this is what we want to do in the next 2 years. And what we can base that on is, well, look what we've done in the last 2 years, and this is the small amount of funding we took here, and this is what we took here, blah blah blah, and this is what we did ourselves. So we've got that, and it's a document that we can say, here, this is how well we've done. And we've not taken that to any banks, and we've not taken it to any institutions or any loan companies or finance companies or anything like that. We took it to people we know, and people who have been friends of the business, and we've taken it to people in Kuwait who are interested in what we're doing, and we've taken it to basically our extended network of contacts. And I think that's the way you approach getting your investment. Don't instantly think of, oh my god, let's do crowdfunding, or oh my god, let's do this, or oh my god, let's do that. If you've got something which you really, really believe in, and you think other people will believe in as well, just ask them. Just go and ask them, and you're not asking them for money, you're offering them an investment opportunity, and they're big enough and ugly enough to decide for themselves whether it's a great opportunity or not. But the one thing that you've got to be appreciative of is how much they have potentially worked for that money, and they're giving it to you and trusting you with it. It's not about, oh, this startup raised 28 million from seed one funding and everything like that. Okay, that's fantastic, right? But if you go to an investor, or you go to somebody in your contact list and they give you £50,000, that's like a cherished, like, it's just a leap of faith. It's somebody saying, I believe in you. It's somebody saying, I'm not involved in the inner workings of your business, but I believe 100% that you can do this. And it's a business transaction for them as well. So although you need to remove all of this sort of emotional attachment to the money when you're dealing with investment, I think you've also still got to be really aware of how much you're bringing into your company, how much return you can potentially give for that, and you need to have proved through grit and, you know, hard work and struggle that this business works without money. And if it works without investment, then it will only succeed more with investment. But if it doesn't work and it's floundering and there's all these things going wrong, sometimes money's not the answer. So in short, if you have a great idea, just go do that great idea and make all your mistakes while you've got nothing in the bank, because when you've got nothing in the bank, you've got nothing to lose. Please don't make your mistakes once you've borrowed £150,000 off somebody, because that will sink your business, because then there's no coming back from that. So fail fast, fail forward, pick yourself up, use what little money you have to buy yourself a nice outfit, and go to everybody you know and ask them to invest. That's a pretty good way to do it, isn't it? Hope that's helped. See you tomorrow. Hope you could hear me. And tomorrow, no, not yet tomorrow. I thought tomorrow I was going to be in Dubai. I'm not, that's the next day. So I will speak to you tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.